Hi guys, it's Raven Sleep 45 and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Today we'll be continuing on with the Delved into the Myths, the Eureka Orthos questline. So before we proceed to the regular scheduled recording, I do want to mention a couple of things, and for starters, I was looking back on my previous recording, well, the very first recording for this one, where it was more than 5 months old. It's like, Jesus! I thought it would be more like 3-2 at tops for last time I recorded. No, it was 5 months ago. Like, damn. Granted, I was trying to wait for Mr. Gamerlush to have a set amount of time to do this recording with me, but unfortunately, his work schedule was very chaotic, so I can't even get much time for him to do a session or two. So with that unfortunate thing, I had to ask another person to join with me, which is another FC member. So I got in touch with Emmerich, asking if he wants to do this with me, and he said yes. So with that said, let us talk to Ko here. Rage Extinguished. Ah, you return, and with no grievous wounds that I can discern. I take it that means you prove equal to the task of pummeling Eureka Orthos' depths? Yeah, pretty much. I knew the contrivance of Allagan brightest minds would be no match for you. But of course, what else should I have expected from a venture of your caliber? I am very much looking forward for your full report, but first you should summon the Grahatia. I did make that boy a promise, after all. If you would, press upon him the matter is one of the most utmost urgency, although I expect his hearty need the extra brooding. Sure. Alright, let's call Grotto over. You ever met the Manticore minions in the dungeon itself? And this orb looking thing. Not to mention Tiamat Proto, of all things. Fascinating. It was as no said would happen. The vanguard of Allagan research came to meet you at your events. Artificial organisms and clones, each from forsooth than the last. Artificial organisms and clones, each more fearsome than the last. And at the end of this vicious parade was none other than a clone of Tiamat, one of the first brood. When Zonde began his conquest of the southern continent, the dragons which held dominion over the region offered a fierce resistance. Thus was every available resource powering into creating a species of worm which could bend to Allagan's will. Once Tiamat and her kin were captured, they were used to hasten the subjugation of dragonkind. The many of clones born of these creatures were also used as fodder for a different project, which aimed to perfect the means by which Bahamut could be used to power Dawnmoon. When we encountered Tiamat and Azula, it was plain to her though it had never strayed far from Bahamut, even after thousands of years of imprisonment. If her clone was forced to watch as she was reduced to our power stone for that fell moon, even if that Bahamut was merely a primal, the sight must have torn her at her heart. It was the compassion I hear in your voice towards Tiamat. My, how times have changed. Indeed it does. I know not how the deeds carried out in Eureka Orthos will look when viewed through your eyes. I imagine they might have painted the Empire in the most magnanimous of lights. Yet, as an Allagan myself, I can't say that at the time, they were not only a symbol of eminence, but also a means of our survival. Perhaps you think we went too far. Perhaps not. Before rushing to judgment, allow me to remind you that civilization thrives by bending nature to its will. Allagan science is but one manifestation of this inventability. None will bat an eye to see a river of dam to prevent flooding. We breed plants and animals which intend to make their next generation harder for their own benefits, not for their subjects. I am interested to hear your opinion, Artorius. What impression has Eureka Orthos left upon you? Well, the Allagan were visionaries, I guess that's one way of putting it. Well, you're not wrong, but you aren't completely right either. Allagan crossed the line when they went far beyond it. Well, to be honest, you're not wrong, and you're not completely right either, because, you know, Allagan did right in some aspects, and on the other hand, they did also bad ones. So they're not completely perfect. Well, again, nothing in this world is perfect to begin with. You're not wrong, but you aren't completely right either. You know, I never did say why you wanted Taurus to delve into the facility. Was some manner of impending catastrophe that you hoped to prevent by clearing the laboratory of threats? Oh, there was nothing so noble as that. Naturally, with no researcher to maintain them, the remaining experience would just succumb to the marches of time itself. Well, that's good to hear, but it's kinda sad that all the experience will die not knowing their true purpose in life. I knew this would be my final chance to share them with another, to share with Allagan researchers wrought. Their endless experimentations produced the answer to questions few thought to even ask. And now, in a way, their work shall live on. My time in Eureka Orthos was merely a diversion, but my pupils devoted heart and soul to their research, knowing that their fate and the fate of their nation depends on their success. Your pupils were here? Which means I heard that the archmagus guided the education of the Imperial family. So when you speak of your pupils, that can only mean Dolga and Uriel, yes, the direct descendants of Emperor Zonde. They agreed to be cloned, that they will serve the Empire forevermore. Damn, didn't really think we can hear Dolga and Uriel again after, you know, doing the quest line for the Crystal Tower. I wanted the world to know that their sacrifice gave us, how they spurned the advantage of technology further than ever before them. I thank you for going along with my selfish request thus far. If you would allow me another indulge, I would like to dedicate your expedition to the memory of those children and their fallen homeland. Sure. For the memory of Dolga and Uriel, I will do this. Thank you, my friend. Now then, let us move on to a lighter matter. Yes, Eureka Orthos is not the sole repository of Allagan ingenuity. For the empire was vast, and they are loath to put all their eggs in one basket, so to speak. Doubtless on similar facilities throughout the realm. Should you stumble upon during your ventures, do not hesitate to venture into his halls. Why? I dare say your most thrilling discoveries are yet ahead of you. Well, with all that being said, looks like it's time for another grand adventure, Graha. Exactly. I look forward to hearing about them. Same here, Ko. If you find anything useful in Eureka Orthos, you'll be the first to know. That's a promise. Alright. Okay, now to talk to you and Ko again. Allow me to offer my thanks once again, Artorius. Your efforts have seen a long-held wish of mine fulfilled at last. And while you have no obligations to me, Eureka Orthos reaches deeper still into the earth. On the lowermost floors, the most volatile experimentations were carried out. I cannot in good conscience suggest you delve further, but if the riches and adventures are what you seek, I can think of no better place. If you are aught of interest, I promise to share with you. If you find naught of interest, I promise to share with you what I know of its history. That is, of course, assuming you survive the journey. Farewell, and happy hunting, Artorius. Thanks, Ko. And done. Eureka Orthos' forgotten depths now accessible. You now explore beyond floor number 30. To learn the requirements for entering 34 and below, speak with Kotum. You may now consume Orthos Etherpool gear strengthened to obtain Orthos Etherpool grips from the synthesis node. Oh, okay, that's nice. Orthos Etherpool grips now be exchanged for weapons that appear identical to Orthos Etherpool arms, but can be used outside of Eureka Orthos. Okay, so it's like the same as like any other deep dungeon. The weapons you see there, you can grind them out so you can bring them out of the dungeon. That's nice to know. So the synthesize node. Alright, so this is the weapons itself. I'm not gonna get all of them because it's gonna be too much of a grind. Probably just a select few weapons I want to redeem. And what is the ratio for getting each, or maybe like use one Aether grip? Strength of your Aether pool arms and armor will be reduced by 10. So it's a 10 armor points for one Aether grip. So how many grips do I need for a weapon? Which is like 3, I think, when I was looking at it. Yeah, the ratio is 3, so it will cost me 30 arms and armor every time I want to get a weapon. Which is not bad, honestly. I thought it would be a lot more. So yeah, this has been the Ether weapons. I might consider grinding them out later on and get some of them. Maybe just 2 or 3, depending on which job I want to get it as a glamour piece. But if I consider getting all of them, I might do a showcase on all the weapons. But that's a lot of grinding, and I don't know if I want to do that just to get all the weapons for a showcase. But maybe if I'm very motivated enough, I might consider doing it. And with that being said, this has been Raven Sleep 45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy 14 day.